It's story time, it's story time. Do you want to hear a story? It's story time, it's story time. Do you want to hear a story? Hello, hello everyone. I have a story called Guess How Much I Love You. Can you say that to your mom or your dad or anybody that you know? Guess how much I love you. So let's see what this story is all about, okay? Guess how much I love you. Yeah. Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. Here he's getting ready to go to bed, and he held on tight to her long ears. Yes. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. So he said, guess how much I love you. He said, I don't think I can guess that. That would be a lot of guessing. This much. Nut Brown Hare stretched out his arms as wide as they could go. So he said, this much. As wide as they could go. Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That is a lot, thought little Nut Brown Hare. Yes. So little Nut Brown Hare said, I love you this much. And Big Nut Brown Hare said, I love you more. That's what he's saying. Yes. I love you as high as I can reach, said little Nut Brown Hare. So he said, as high. Can you do this with me? As high as I can reach. Yes. So that is a lot of loving right there. A lot of loving. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That is very high, thought little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. So his arms were longer than little Nut Brown Hare arms was. So little Nut Brown Hare said, I wish I had longer arms so I could show him how much I love him. Yes. Then little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. Wow, that is a lot of loving, all the way up to his toes. That's a lot of loving. Yes. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. There he is. He's swinging him up over his head. I love you as high as I can hop. laughed little nut brown hare, bouncing up and down. There he is. He's bouncing up and down just like a rabbit could do. Let's bounce up and down, up and down. Yeah. Go. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled big nut brown hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. Wow-wee, that is high. That's good hopping, thought little nut brown hare. I wish I could hop like that. Wow, he did hop so high. All the way to the branches. That is a big old hop, yes. I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river cried, little nut brown hare. I love you across the river and over the hills, said big nut brown hare. Wow. All across the river and over the hills. That is just so beautiful. That's very far, thought little nut brown hare. He was almost too sleepy to think any more. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky, he says. Wow. And he is so right. Nothing could be farther than the sky. Nothing. That is so far. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed your eyes. Oh, that's far, said big nut brown hare. That is very, very far. And that is very, very far. Very, very far. Big nut brown hare settled. Let me read that again. Big nut brown hare settled little nut brown hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Aww, that is just so sweet. So he put him to bed in his bed of leaves. Yes. That's how much he loved him. Then he lay down across by whispering with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. Love you right up to the moon and back. And that's the end of Guess How Much I Love You. Yes, by Sam McBratney. I love this book because you can read this book. Parents, talking to parents, you can read this book to your children and tell them how much that you love them, and the children can tell you how much that they love you. It's a good book, and I recommend it to everybody who wants to read. So this is the end. And I hope to see you tomorrow or the next day where I can read you another beautiful story. Okay? Goodbye, goodbye, story time is over. Goodbye, goodbye, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope to see you, what? Hope to see you, what? Hope to see you tomorrow. Goodbye. I hope to see you tomorrow and have a beautiful, beautiful day today. Goodbye. Be good to your mom and your dad and love them, okay?